And we're back. We are back for the third week in a row with a pattern roundup. I can't believe we've done 3 in a row. That is not always going to happen. Don't get excited. But something with the combination of splitting up that mythical pattern roundup and this one, this market makes roundup, being a lot of smaller, easier makes. I just worked through them super fast this time. And so we are here for our third roundup week in a row. And there's some really fun patterns. I cannot wait to show you this week. I'm Karen. This is Yarn and Whimsy. This is our classic roundup. Okay, so there's no huge makes. There's no huge makes this week. There's some medium-sized makes, there's some small makes, but they're all very accessible makes. They're makes that are very accessible to make for a market. Things that don't take too much time, that aren't too crazy complicated, and kind of have a little bit of bang for their buck, right? Things that have a little something extra that got them on this list. This first pattern I'm going to show you, what are we, like 1 minute into the video, and I'm going to show you a pattern already because we have 14. Did I say we had 14 patterns? I did not intend to make 14 patterns. At 13 patterns I was done, but then last night I stumbled upon this one and I saw it and I'm like, I am going to wake up early tomorrow morning and make this real quick before I film. I just had to, and I'm going to show it to you. This is by a designer that's new to me that I haven't run into before. The designer's name is Crochet FMTY. And this pattern is called Ted the Puppet Tortoise. And here he is. Mine's more of a she. I made a she. And she's so cute. She's so cute just like this. Like she's got this cute little tortoise shape, but also her head tucks into her body. She's got this head that tucks in or pops back out. And it can pop out quite a bit or just a normal amount. And then you can just tuck it right back into the body. And it's gone. How cool is that? How fun is that going to be at a market? I think these are just really cute. And this is low-key the fastest make I made this week. This one, 30 minutes tops is what it will take you after the first time. The first time is going to take you a little bit because figuring out this construction requires you to watch the video, or required me to watch the video. And thank goodness there's a video, because otherwise I tried to read through it. The video was listed in the pattern after the instructions. So I read those instructions and I'm like, oh man, now what do I do? It's been like 10 or 15 minutes I'm into this pattern. I've gotten so much done. I'm already so excited because it's going so fast. And then I just slammed on the brakes. Go, oh, shoot. But there were, just below that, there was a video, and I watched the video, and it helped so much. It was so helpful. Really, you were practically done by that point. All you're doing at that point is the construction and the assembly. And it was great. It is such a cute pattern. I love that you can pull this little guy all the way out or stuff him all the way in. The construction of this is so smart. It's really well done. I really like it. Anyway, Crochet FMTY, this one was $3.71 when I'm filming this, so that's not bad at all. The only thing, I think advertised as no-sew. It's pretty much no-sew. The only thing is this tail you do put on at the end, and I think she gets away with saying it's not no-sew, or it is no-sew, because the directions actually are to tie this on. You have 2 ends because this was worked in a chain, and you just put them both in there, tie a knot. And I have a knot tied right here that I've just pushed down back into the plush, and that's it. So this you could sew it on, or you could just pull through the ends with a crochet hook and knot it. In either way, it's so easy. That's like a 10-second job. But how cute is Ted the Tortoise? Love this one. So glad I found it last night, and I'm going to have this one linked below. I will have them all linked below for you guys, but I think this is a really nice market make. I don't see it a lot. I have seen some turtles that pop, but something about the way this one just pulls back into the shell and it still kind of remains upright like a tortoise. I really like it. It's really cute. That was number 1. We are off and running like with a bang. Number 2, also I don't know why I don't see these everywhere. This is a designer named Knotty Creations 518. This is from Knotty Creations 518, and this is a worry monster. It's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. But it's also this very clever little worry monster. And here's mine. Looks very much like the picture. I made this in Bernat, and oh, this one, just as a reference, this one I made in demi pearl. So it would be a little smaller if you made it in like Parfait Chunky or Posh Pearl or something like that. This is in demi pearl, which is more comparable to like the size it would be in Bernat. And Bernat is what she makes it in. Anyway, back to our purple people eater. He's so cute. And really what this is like is it's like a little handheld snuggler. The body is not stuffed at all. And it's made so you can kind of just worry. It's like a fidget. It's like the cutest little fidget you ever saw. And not only is there this monster one, there's like 20 different animals she has in this form that are just cute little fidget worry monsters like this. This was also super fast, a little bit longer than the turtle, I want to say. For me, the first time I went through it, maybe 35, 40 minutes. I think I could get it down to 30 minutes if I made it again. They're so cute. The only thing you're sewing on this one is the wings. This was a $4 pattern, or this is a $4 pattern, but you can buy these in bundles where you get a whole bunch of them. For some reason, none of the bundles I saw included the monster. They were all like animals. And I really wanted this little one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And I'll tell you what, my 19-year-old, 20-year-old, my Andy's 20. My 20-year-old on the autism spectrum, I think he's probably going to steal this one. And famously, he doesn't like my crochet creatures. I mean, he likes them, but he doesn't want them. And this one, he grabbed and he immediately was fidgeting with it. I think it was super fun for him to have it as a fidget. And I kind of think this will be really good for him. I also think it'll be really good at markets. You know, those little stress animal ones do really well. And this is basically the same thing, only more intricate, more interesting, more detailed, more fun, more options. And really doesn't take very long to make. Really, as a sensory thing for my son, I think it'd be great because he does a lot of, like, when he just gets really frustrated, he goes like this, and that's how he kind of just re-regulates himself. If you know, you know. It is so fun for him. Really, this one's great. If I were doing a market right now, I'm started looking for markets for the spring, but if I were doing a market right now, I would buy a bundle pack and make a bunch of these. I absolutely would. A pattern like this, though, you have to show people what it is. You have to be like, this is a little worry monster, put up a sign, say these are little worry buddies, little palm-sized snugglers, whatever you want to market them as. But marketing means a lot with a lot of these things, but I think especially with something like this, to make sure people know what to do with what you've given them. All right, love him. 2 down. All right, this next set of 4, these 4 patterns we're going to talk about kind of all together. They're 2 different designers, but they're basically on theme. These are basically Pokemon themed patterns. Are they legit Pokemon identical? Not really. Okay, these first 2 we're going to do are called Chonkemons because they're kind of chunky. And the designer for this one is Knotty Knat, and they were $1.60 each. I'll put them both up over here so you can see. Okay, this first one is made in Parfait XL. So it's on the big side. They aren't all going to be this big, but it was chunky and I felt like it. And so this is the Evolving Fox pattern by Knotty Knat. And obviously it's a chunky, kind of fun, stylized version of Eevee. And one of the Eevee evolutions, right? It's cute. You do have to sew on the ears and the tail. And for me, when I did this fur around, you're doing a little bit, it's just surface crocheted around, and you're doing a little extra here in the front. But for me, the front wanted to kind of flip up and cover the eyes. So I also tacked that down just a little bit after I was done, just to tack it down. But it's cute. It sits nicely with this tail in the back to kind of help balance it. The ears are cute. They go on pretty easy. It all sews up nicely. Like I said, this was Parfait XL, so it sheds quite a bit. Like I can even see stuff still shedding off of it, especially anywhere you sew. There's just bits and pieces coming off. I don't know if you guys can see that one's floating around. But that's the Parfait Chunky's fault, or the Parfait XL's fault, not the pattern's fault. The pattern's really cute. And I like this stylized, inspired. It's not really Eevee, but it's just kind of got that vibe. So second one of the Chonkemon patterns that I did is this one. It's called a Shadow Ghost. And I think it's clearly inspired by Gengar. So this is more like the size you would get, I think, if you did these in most of the chenille yarns that are around, comparing them. These two, pretty darn cute. This one I like a lot. This one was fun and quick to make. These little bits up here are all crocheted on, surface crocheted on. And these are the baubles. These little eyebrows, this is another example of one where you're supposed to embroider the eyebrows across. Again, whenever it calls for that, I like to do chains. I did a chain 2 here. For this size yarn, I did a chain 2. And just to kind of give it those mean, angry eyebrows, which make such a difference on this plush. That and this mouth. And this mouth is simple. It's just embroidery here. And then you're just bringing your black worsted weight yarn down to make the teeth. And it really, I think this is a really cute one. Pokemon art. I don't mind making Pokemon. I am not a Pokemon fan. Pokemon, I don't understand them. I don't really know all the characters. But I do know that Pokemon are popular always. And someone's going to come along and be like, Gengar! Even though it's a little bit different than Gengar. And they're going to know what they're looking at and they're going to want it. And that doesn't change once Halloween's over, once Christmas is over. Like, I'd rather spend time making these types of makes that are going to be universally popular. And they might not sell at every single market, but they're going to sell. And they're going to, if you have a variety of them, they're going to sell frequently. And they're not going to go out of season. And so I really, really do like doing these. This little tail back here, also surface crocheted. So cute. Honestly, these chunky ones are so cute. Love them. I already have 2 more. And the 2 more are from BekMadeStudio. These patterns by BekMadeStudio, I mean, she just has a brilliant variety of Pokemon-inspired patterns. There's just so many. And she has some of them bundled up, so you could buy a bundle of 2 or 3 different Pokemon-inspired patterns. This one I chose, I actually got this one and another one. I only made this one of this variety. This is Leafeon. And I love this one. All right, some things about this one. These chest tuft and this head tuft here, they are surface crocheted on. This is a no-sew pattern. So the tail is crocheted into the round. And these are surface crocheted on later. These ears are also crocheted into the round. And, okay, a couple of things. Because these were crocheted into the round, they were kind of floppy. And this is where it went wrong for me. They were a little floppy. They weren't as sturdy into the head as they could have been. So I reinforced them. Because I think I keep mentioning I've adopted all these techniques that I learned from pattern to pattern to pattern. And from loops and knots, I learned this reinforcement technique that I've just been using just willy-nilly everywhere. And I used it on these so they'd stand up straight nicely. And it's so good. I like them a lot. Now, we'll get to why that's a problem on the next pattern. But all in all, this one I think turned out great. The color changes are in easy places. They're not mid-rounds. You're not making crazy color changes. You're just, it's great. It worked up super quick, super easy. As quick as the Worry Monster and the Turtle, not quite. There was a little more involvement in this. So this and I'm not a fast crocheter, by any means. So these are certainly less than an hour, but more than 30 minutes for me on these. And the second one that I made, I decided to go straight for this Pokeball pattern. And I made this because the Pokemon are supposed to fit inside of it. And mine does not. This is what happened. This is what has happened to me. I reinforced the darn ears, which I stand by that choice, but now they won't fold down, and so this doesn't fit them. Where if I forced them to fold down, I think I could technically fit this, maybe still not. It would be a lot closer. I'd be a lot more likely to fit, but it doesn't fit. And it's really just the ears. It's just the ears. If I made a different one, like say this Gengar Chonky one fits in here perfectly. Chonky Gengar fits in there. And there are other ones from BekMadeStudio that absolutely would fit in here. I just made a series of unfortunate choices. I still think this is great. This super fast. This worked up great. I mean, this is as easy as you would expect it would be. The hardest part of this one is sewing in all your ends because you have ends from your start of your rounds on both sides. And then you have ends when you change your colors. So you are weaving in ends when you change from white to black here. You have to weave in the white and the black end. Same on the top with the red and the black end. And same when you sew on this little button, because this is the one piece you have to sew in this pattern. And when you do those, there's a lot of ends to weave in for as small of a pattern it is, which adds a little bit of time. This is crocheted together. That's super easy. All in all, I really like it. And if your Pokemon fit in the Pokeball, you'd be solid. You'd be home free. Mine sadly did not. But I don't think the Pokeball is necessary. And honestly, if I take it to market, I'm just probably going to stick. It doesn't matter to me that they came from different designers. I'll just put my little guys like Gengar in there and market them that way. This one's a standalone item. This one's going to be sold without a Pokeball. But it's such a cool little Leafeon. I think it's going to be fine that way. I'm happy with it. So yeah, those are our Pokemon. So that was 4 patterns. 4 patterns, 1 swoop. We are done with those 4. They're all worthwhile. BekMadeStudio, man, she has so many. I am so impressed with how she has turned all of these into low sew and no sew patterns and really emulated the spirit of the Pokemon she's trying to create. And I honestly, both her and Knotty Knat, totally worth checking out because Pokemon, I think it's really hard to go wrong with Pokemon. Oh, okay. This one is a free pattern. I know you all love it when I do free patterns, and I am not known for doing a ton of free patterns. I'm sorry. I am going to try and do a free pattern roundup at some point, but I think it's going to be a little bit because I just haven't found enough really inspire me to make a whole video just on them. I find some really cute ones that I like this one. So this one is from CozyFriendCreations on Instagram. Totally free. It's a duck. I'll put it here. I made the Mallard version because if you're going to make a duck, why not make a Mallard? And he's so cute. I really like him. I think he has just enough going on to make him more enticing and more valuable to sew than a lot of the little birdies we've been doing for the last couple years. I mean, just the way that his body shape is and these forward-facing little baubles here and these wings really make it. And all the color changes, the cute little duck beak. Honestly, I'm trying to use up these little eyes. So I threw these eyes on Leafeon also had those eyes. I threw these eyes on a couple things that I thought they worked well with, but I think this pattern's great. I have very little to say about this pattern. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I have almost nothing to say. Here's what I have to say. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's a great beginner pattern. If you are looking for a beginner pattern or something that is just that easy and kind of, you don't have to think real hard when you make this one. It's very straightforward. It's excellent for a free pattern. A lot of free patterns, you'll find little mistakes or there'll be little parts that are just a bit of a bit of a hassle maybe. So good. And having these real wings / arms makes it just ups the cuteness level without really making it that much more work. I don't think these little wings are only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 rows. And they don't take much more time than it would to surface crochet little wings on here. And you just do them, you sew across the top, and then we're going to crochet them in our rounds. This does not take more time than most of the patterns, but I feel like it ups the cuteness. And I would not overstuff it. I tried really hard not to overstuff it. It's not overstuffed per se, but you could even stuff it a little less than I did, because I think just a squishy little... And if you embroider eyes, this is so perfect for under 3. For all our kids under 3 that come and people are looking for, if you just embroider these eyes, it's so quick and easy to make. It's just a nice little size for them to hold on to. That's so cute. It's really an above average, excellent free pattern. I have zero complaints. Zero complaints, zero criticisms, nothing complicated. I just really like it. We're halfway there. We are halfway there. I am so proud of us, but I have to tell you, it gets a little more complicated from here on out. I have a little more to say. So let's jump into the next pattern. This next pattern just burst onto the scene a few, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, and it is blowing up everywhere. And I knew it would the second I saw it. It is the Crochet Grove Shelf Goose. This Shelf Goose is $4.50. Crochet Grove is honestly a very well-respected designer. Her designs are always going to be good. There's never going to be a problem when you buy a design from her. This one's no exception. If there is a downside to this pattern, it's that I'm starting to see it everywhere. So you're going to, it's like the fall 2025 version of the Maple Chicken from fall 2023. 2 years ago, we got Maple Chicken. And now this is the new Maple Chicken, in my opinion. We're going to start seeing this all around. It's such a smart and clever design. If you haven't looked at this pattern, if you haven't purchased this pattern, you are missing out, because this design work in this is so good. It's so clever. The way here, let me just pull mine up. Here's my Shelf Goose. It sits so nice. I'm like, oh, I just keep bringing my little book up here for you guys, but it just sits so nice, like on anything. It just sits so nice. It's so good. And do you know how to accomplish a 90-degree angle in your amigurumi? I didn't. Crochet Grove does, and she does an absolutely amazing job of it. The way this is done is just mind-blowing to me. I really like it. It's like some sort of crochet wizardry that I just never knew existed. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you all have been doing this. I'm sure she learned it from somewhere. It's a first time finding this technique for me. And oh, I like it so much. I'm so impressed with it. The way this little guy just sits, just on anything you give him, he's just going to sit there and just hangs over the edge. It defies gravity. It's absolutely adorable. The wings and the feet, you do have to sew on. This whole from neck to tail, or from beak to tail, is all one piece, but you are sewing on these wings and these feet. Super easy, not hard. They aren't hard to sew on at all. I did this very much like Crochet Grove with this little bow here. I'm going to say that if you guys are going to make this and take it to market, and you should, this is where you have the ability to do some variety here, is do these in different colors, do them in multicolors, do them in whatever. Make these little bows, do it in ribbon if you have some cute ribbons to use. Make a little neck thingy and put little flowers on it. Do little flowers all the way around. This is where you can differentiate yourself, is by doing different things. Now, I did blue the same as she did. I almost went back and made a different color just to kind of illustrate the point, but you guys get it. If you make these, make them different. Add some more color and flair to them so people have options and choices, because that'll matter, I think. I do. But this is so good. What an amazing goose pattern. Crochet Grove for the win. I like it so much. And the only reason this isn't at the very end of my video, and it could be, it's that good of a pattern, is because I have 2 geese I want to show you. So I kind of put it up here so I could show you these 2 geese together. So this is goose number 1. It is so good. If you haven't seen that pattern, I just want to give it to everybody. If you haven't seen that pattern, I don't think you'll regret getting it. It's so cool. And if you need any help, you let me know. I'm around. All right, the second goose I made for this video is a grumpy goose. And this is one of my favorite things. It's a grumpy goose. Everybody needs a grumpy goose, right? It is by Crochet by Janina, and that is also a YouTube channel here on YouTube. It's $6.11. I do think that's a little expensive for this pattern. That does like coast past my $5 for a basic pattern rule. I mean, this one is $4.50 and this one is $6.11. So it's a little on the high side for what it is to me, but also it's got such character. Look at it. It's a grumpy goose. This is a very grumpy goose. It is so good. I love the shape. I love that it's kind of an egg shape. I think birds and egg shapes make sense together. This is surface crocheted. These little things, you're just crocheting these. Oh, this isn't even surface crocheted. I think this is crocheted in the round. And these little baubles, there's multiple baubles down here for each foot, which kind of differentiates it. But this mouth is the thing. This mouth is the thing. And I'm going to tell you, it was a little, it gave me a fit a little bit. And I think it's partly the yarn I was using. This is Knotty Pony yarn. And Knotty Pony yarn, if you haven't used it, it's really good yarn. And it's really soft and it's really kind of squishy and fun. It's a little shiny and it's a little slick when you're working with it. It slides on my hook a little bit in a slick way, which is good. So much better than ones that get squeaky stuck on your hooks. But because of that and the nature of the yarn, it's a little fuzzier, it's a little shinier. It is harder to see your stitches than some, and this mouth really requires you to know where your stitches are. And so that was a little hard, a little eye strain for me. And then getting it positioned where I wanted it to, I had to do that a couple times. It took me a couple tries to get it how I wanted it. And I had to frog and start over with my sewing just a little bit on that. But I think that if you made a bunch of these, they'd go really fast. And again, you need to put up a sign. There has to be a sign that says Grumpy Goose. Do you need a grumpy goose? Everybody needs a grumpy goose, because seeing this as a goose, I don't think that alone sends the message. I think you have to call it a grumpy goose for people to want it. And I think if you call it a grumpy goose, so many people are going to stumble by and pick it up and show it to each other and tease each other with it and be like, you're a grumpy goose. Oh, I need to get a grumpy goose for my husband, or I know my teenager needs a grumpy goose. Whatever it is. That one sets this one apart, and it's just really cute. It's also just got so much personality. I mean, to put that much personality into a little amigurumi this size is great. I like this one. I hope you guys do too. I really like this one. Okay, this next pattern is by AveryCraftsaLot, and I've been seeing it pop up a lot, and so I made one. It is a squirrel pattern. She tells me it is her most popular pattern. She also has a platypus that I'm super interested in, but they're basically the same pattern with one or two differences. Here it is. This is hers. I love the little kissing squirrels. Super cute. I made mine in gray. Here he is. And I made him with the furriest tail. Do you guys crochet with fur? I am not so good at crocheting with fur. So what I have done here, I started to crochet with 2 strands of this fur from Michael's, this Loops and Threads fur. I grabbed just 2 strands of it and I was crocheting, and it's just, not only is it a pain, but it just doesn't have the right structure. It feels very wiry, the thread inside of this. And it doesn't feel great to me when I crochet just with the fur. So I actually, and I don't know if you can tell, you can kind of tell in some spots that I double stranded with the Bernat. So I had one strand of fur and one strand of the same yarn that I used to make the rest of the squirrel. And I made this all out of that, which was easier for me. I could see my stitches because of this lighter colored Bernat. I could increase and decrease better because of this lighter colored Bernat, where with the fur, you're only going by feel. You can't see your stitches at all. Here you could see them just enough. But also, I think the furry tail looks furry enough. And I think it's really cute. How chonky is this guy? I mean, the tail is legitimately the same size as the squirrel, which is appropriate. That seems right to me. The other thing on this one is these sinker eyes. She did use sinker eyes. I almost didn't use sinker eyes, but then I realized that this squirrel really needs them in order to shape the face and to kind of pull these eyes in the back. And it gives the face more shape to use the sinker eyes. And I think it's important when I went to go put other eyes in, flat, I just was going to use flat backed eyes. It didn't look as cute. It really wasn't as cute. I think you need the sinker eyes. These are 18 millimeter sinker eyes for this. And that size works for me. And then the cute little nose stuff. These little ears are crocheted on. They're the easiest thing in the world. All in all, it's a really cute squirrel pattern. Super adorable. And her platypus pattern, if you get this, you might as well get the platypus too, because it's basically the same body. It's just the platypus has a bill, has the little duck bill on it. Otherwise, I think it's basically the same pattern. And that way, you can just be in a groove and you can just mass make all of these, right? A bunch of the bodies in different colors and turn some into platypuses and some into squirrels. Same with the tails. Just make a bunch of tails and turn them some into platypuses and some into squirrels. I think it would be easy is what I'm saying. I think you would get up some serious speed making these because it didn't take long in the first place. And at all. It's so fast. I think this one's really cute. All right, these next two patterns go together. Which one am I doing first? This one. This is from another new designer to me, Unraveled and Unwound. And these, she has a whole line of these that I'm going to show, of these stress ball animals. So basically, here's my shark. Let's put it up here. Here's the shark. And this shark pattern is, there's a ball. This is the stress ball. And then this is what she calls a hood. And so she has all these different patterns that have the ball with different hoods. And so this one is a shark. And how cute is that? Okay, for one, I think anything interactive is a win when you're at a market. People love an interactive toy. Also, I think that these are great to throw at your kids when you're frustrated with them. Maybe don't tell your customers that. But I just think these are, and I think I've mentioned it before. I like this is I get totally distracted by it. This works as like a fidget for me, that I can just throw it up and it's not distracting for you guys at all, is it? Are you guys distracted? Am I bothering everybody? I could just do this all day. I won't. Thank you very much, but I could. And so that makes it a really fun toy for me. I think these are really cute. She has so many. Lots of different sea life ones. There's a coffee cup one where the ball is inside the coffee cup. There's just so many. And you could do a huge variety. You could do a lot of the same ones. I think these are fun. I don't know why more people don't make them because I really like them. This one's pretty big. I made this out of... What did I make this out of? Well, I made this out of Bernat. I think this one's really fun. I like it a lot. But this one, the next one I'm going to show you, this is $3.25 if I didn't say that. The next one I made is the turtle. And I made this out of plush, which made it smaller. It's so cute. And this little ball is just a little smaller, which also perfect for catching, throwing, tossing it back and forth. I mean, it's a makeshift toy or a stress ball or just a really cute turtle. This would be great on my desk where I could just, pick it up and just, oops, I lost it. Where I could just pick it up and fuss with it back and forth when I'm working or there he goes. I'm a little too big for my britches here, guys. Getting a little too cocky. But these are so fun. And like I said, there's so many of them. How cute is it? This little turtle. At first glance, you just think it's like a turtle that someone's like done some ridges in, and I thought that was kind of cool. And then when I realized this part comes out, it's like, oh yeah, sign those up, put those in my cart. We're gonna make those. I like them a lot. I will probably end up getting more of these at some point, and I will probably gift them to people, maybe to people that work for me even. Maybe even people on my teams at work, because I just think they're fun, and I think they'd be really fun on a desk. I think they'd be fun to give lots of people. They'd be great for teachers. They would be great for coworkers. They would be great for teenagers, for little kids, for honestly, who doesn't want one of these? Who doesn't? Raise your hand in the chat, in the comments. Raise your hand in the comments. Who does not want one of these? Anybody? I hope not. Also $3.25. They're all basically that price. And like I said, there's so many different ones, and she calls them hoods, and there's just all these different hoods for these stress balls. I think they're clever. We are making so much progress. This next pattern, this is a designer that I have made patterns from before a couple of times, and I very much am falling in love with this designer. And she did send me a bunch of patterns for free to check out, which is partly why I discovered these, because I'm not sure I would have noticed them based on their Etsy pictures alone. I don't know that I would have rushed to make these. So here's the listing. And these look really cute in the listing, but I don't know that they stood out enough that I would have bought them. But because Twee sent me these, I made a couple. And this one I made a monkey. I'm going to show you. Here it is. This is my banana, and inside my banana is my monkey. It is the cutest, tiniest little monkey. This is all in Posh. I made this all in Posh Pearl. It is such a cute, tiny monkey, but then you put it in the banana, and how cute, a little brown at the bottom. How cute is this banana? There are so many in this pattern pack. There's an elephant that's in a little peanut shell. There's a fox and a squirrel that are both in an acorn. There's a koala that I think is in a lemon. Why did they put koalas in lemons? I don't know why they do that. I think it's a lemon that it's paired with. They are so cute. And this is so easy. This was not a hard pattern at all. This little monkey all by itself, it takes no time, 20 minutes maybe, real fast. And then you just throw this together is probably another 20 minutes maybe. These, you have to make these little peels separate, and then you just, I mean, the banana's not hard. Maybe a little longer than 20 minutes. I don't know, but the whole thing together is the cutest little thing ever. And this banana just had to be in my life. And my kids are oohing and ahhing over it. My daughter's home from law school this weekend because it's my birthday next week. When you guys are watching this, it's next weekend. So it's going to be my birthday, and so she can't come home next weekend because she's got a lot going on at school. So she had a 3-day weekend this weekend, so she came home. So she is obsessed with this. She keeps coming and opening it, and just, oh my gosh, it's just so cute. Let me tell you about it. Yeah, it's all the stuff I've already told you. Comes together really fast, super easy. You surface crochet on the ears, which are nothing. These baubles, nothing. Oh, okay. This is going to come in. There's two. If you've noticed, if you've been here any length of time, I don't add blush to very many of my makes. I just feel awkward placing blush. I don't feel like I'm good at it. And every single one of you that does it, I look at your plushes and I think, oh my gosh, it looks so cute with blush on it. But for some reason, when I put blush on an animal or a doll or whatever, I can't figure out the right place to put it, and I'll put it on and I'll figure that's not right. And then I take it out and put it on again, and take it out and put it on again, and take it out and put it on again, and then I'm like, nope, not putting blush on it. Not gonna put blush on it. So I put blush. I put blush on the monkey, but I either got it too far up and close to the eyes or too far down. I'm not sure. I left it on there kind of in protest. I'm like, gosh darn it, blush, I'm going to win. And so I left the blush on, but I'm not sure I won. I'm not sure I won. There's another one coming up that I put blush on. We'll talk about it again. I don't know. Is anyone else struggling with blush? Overstuffing and blush. All right. This monkey, you can't go wrong. This is a pack with, I think it's 6. How many is it? Oh, the koala's not in the capybara's in the lemon. The koala's not in the lemon. The capybara's in the lemon. Where's the koala? What does the koala have? The koala's just in a shell. And the koala has a sprout on its head. And the capybara is in a lemon. Oh, now we know. Now we know. And at $6.99, not bad because, like I said, there are 6 patterns in here. So that's just over $1 each. Not bad at all. All right. We're moving on. We have 3 patterns left. And if you know me, you know I've left my favorite patterns to the end, except for maybe the shelf goose, which I snuck into the beginning. I love all 3 of these patterns an awful lot. So we're going to start with this one. This one is from Wonder Crochet. I feel a little bad because Wonder Crochet makes amazing patterns, and they a lot of time end up in right this place. Like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. They never end the show, but they're always right up there in contention with my favorite patterns from each roundup. This one is, if you were here for the mythical roundup part 2, you saw my little mushroom house with the pixie in it. So cute. Well, at that time, I thought about doing this fairy. She has this fairy plush. It's called Fairy Plush. It's called Fairy Plush. And it's just a much bigger version of the pixie. And after doing the pixie and how cute that pixie was, I couldn't resist. I had to do the Fairy Plush. It's right here. Here's mine. Oh my gosh, can you even? Here's Wonder Crochet's. Here's mine. I love it. Okay, there's so many options for this. There's 2 different options for the skirt and a bunch of different options for the hair. For the skirt, I chose this. The petals are a little more rounded. This is the leaf shape. And I chose it because I was going for kind of like an ice princess fairy. And this petal shape made me feel like it could be kind of like icicles, like kind of like an icy icicle vibe. And so that's what I did. And then I was going to do, I told you guys when I did the pixie that if I did it again, I would do the little space buns. So that's what I was going to do, but I realized that these weren't actually space buns. They're actually just pigtails, which I also thought was amazingly cute. And so I ended up doing the little pigtails on her. How much is this one? This one's $5.99 for this pattern. Endless options on this. I do have some things to talk about, though, about this pattern. Okay, first of all, let's start with the head. Okay, so with this head, this is no sew body. So you come from these all the way up, you crochet in these arms and straight up to the head. So you're just doing decreases in here and then increases again to make the head. And that's great because no sew is great. But also it makes the neck a little elongated, and it made for me stuffing this head a little challenging. So let me tell you what I did to fix that for myself. What happens is this neck, you want the head to be round, not elongated. And it has a natural tendency to go elongated because of the way you made it. And as you're stuffing it, it's really hard to get this part rounded out under here and not just have it slope inward. And this still slopes inward just a little bit, but also it's nicely round and I think it looks really good right now. How I accomplished that, I did have to stuff it. I had to do a couple tries at getting the stuffing right. Don't be afraid to do that, everybody. If something's not shaping out the way you want it, sometimes you just have to take all the stuffing out and start over. It's a losing battle sometimes to keep trying to fix the stuffing. Sometimes you just take it all out and start over. That's what I do when it's just not coming together right. So I did take all the stuffing out, I started over, and I really concentrated on this chin area, but even still, it wasn't quite shaping out the way I wanted it to. So here's what I did. In one of the patterns that I've made that I haven't shown yet on this channel, they do a no-sew body of a lizard type body. And in order to bring the head and the neck closer together, they just stitch a stitch here, a stitch here, a stitch here, a stitch here, all the way around, and then pull it tight. And it kind of just compresses and brings that head closer to the body. And so I did that all the way around to kind of compress and use that technique to kind of compress and pull it all together. And that helped so much. So if you are having trouble with that neck being too elongated and needing to do that, and what I said here didn't make sense to you because I said barely anything, feel free to message me. I'm happy to share the technique that I learned, and I'm happy to show you what it was like, or even film and put it up for you guys, because that made all the difference for me with this fairy. I think she looks so much better than she did the first round when I first tried her. Now she's got such a pretty face. She's got such pretty hair. She's just adorable. I like her so much. I really love this one. I really love this one. What is it about fairies? I really love you. You're so cute. Okay, the second thing that didn't go exactly as I wanted is that when I was doing these hair, right? These little strands of hair. The first one I did, the way you chain it, it's supposed to, in theory, it should curl. But this one, you can see, it's just really straight. And I don't know if that's the type of yarn I was using. I was using Knotty Pony yarn, which is very similar to like Parfait Chunky. And it just didn't curl. So for the rest of my curls, you can see they're curly because I doubled up. I did increases. I added a whole bunch of increases into this strand of hair. Instead of just doing single crochets, I added a bunch of increases to make sure that this one I didn't, because I wanted one to be similar to the other side, and then the other two so that they would kind of fall a longer one, and then the two curlier ones would fall a little shorter. Something else you could do if that happens to you too. And then you just sew on the wings and the back. So basically what you're sewing on this pattern is the hair and the wings. And the hair and the wings. Just this skull cap. And these, I love these bangs that Wonder Crochet does. They're like my favorite thing. The way she does the bangs for these, they're so cute. They're like my favorite thing on a people plush. They make them the faces. They just frame the faces, and they're so good. They're so good. I really like it. This one is just, I mean, this is just beautiful. Like, this is calling some young girl's name. Some little girl is going to lose her mind when she gets this fairy. That's what I'm telling myself. We'll see if I'm right. All right, that leaves two, and then there were two. All right, these two are both so good. The first one I made quite a while ago, and I made it as part of a pattern test for the Cozy Buckeye. And she makes a lot of these market animals that are kind of like a loaf style animal, and they're all the same basic shapes and patterns. And I see them, and they're like a loaf cat kind of inspired. They start on the loaf cat, and then she's just, in the most creative way, turned them into all these other animals. And they're all really cute. But loaf style animals aren't something that I gravitate towards a lot until I see one that really, it just catches me. And this one, as soon as I saw it, I think I started stalking her. I started stalking her. I started stalking her immediately. Like, I think I commented on one of the videos where she showed this, and I'm like, yeah, I need Cash the Market Cow. And this was weeks before she released it. And I need you to go ahead and release Cash the Market Cow. And then when she put up the tester call, I'm like, I'm going to need to test Cash the Market Cow. And for whatever reason, thank goodness, she chose me to help test. And I could not be happier, because this is the cutest market cow. It's $7. If you catch it on sale, good for you. But it's a $7 pattern. And she has done something special with this pattern. Here's mine. I made mine in gray. I don't know. I make strange color choices. Stop judging me. I made my cow in gray with the prettiest blue eyes. And so if I can find it, I'll put it over here. This is the cow before there's both a short horned version, like a baby cow, and this longer horned, more adult cow version. And I will try to put a photo of the baby version here, because I took a picture of it before I changed to the longer horns, and we're going to talk about the horns. And it's just so cute. There are so many great techniques here, and she has so many great videos to explain them. These are a single crochet loop stitch, And she has a great video teaching you how to do that. And it just makes these cute little, it's adorable. And they're also so sturdy because of how it's done, that it's actually a crochet stitch and you're not just trying to sew it in or anything. Turns out so cute. The way this snout is shaped as part of the pattern, it turns out so cute. These ears legit were confusing for me. I struggled a little bit with the ears, and I don't remember why. Let's go look. Yeah, these ears stumped me, and it is not the ear's fault. It was totally my fault. I don't know. I did something wrong in the beginning, and I just couldn't figure out how to place them correctly to put them on here. But it was, I'm looking at the directions now. The directions make total sense. It was 100% me. I did something that didn't work out right. I don't know what I did. Anyway, they're so cute. And then these horns. So okay, there's some parts. These horns are still no-sew. And you make the initial no-sew horn on here for the baby cow, which I've shown you a picture of, I think. And then you crochet onto those. You surface crochet on and up in a way that makes these horns, it's so good. Honestly, it's so good. It's so easy. She's got a wonderful video for it. It's just clever. It's just a smart hack for how to make long horns on this little cow. And I so appreciate designers that take chances, and Cozy Buckeye took a chance on this, and I'm really excited for her to have done it, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with. I hear she's got some fun techniques on some of her new loaf animals that came out, but I have not tried them yet, so I can't speak to it. But this, she's a good designer. I mean, I feel like she's getting better and better at designing these, and I love this tail too. How great is this tail? I just can't wait to see what she keeps coming up with. I'm really excited to see how she expands this loaf line and things she does outside of this market line to see what she comes up with, because she's super creative. Anyway, a really good pattern. And then there was one. We have made it to the end of this roundup, and this pattern is my favorite, and you are going to see it again. I'm already making a Christmas version of it for our Christmas roundup. I love it. So it's the cutest teddy bear ever. This is by Nooks Hooks. Nooks Hooks, this is the hoodie bear. This is the no-sew hoodie bears pattern. And she has so many. Nooks Hooks, fun fact, just started a YouTube channel. I'm going to link her YouTube channel and her Etsy store for this pattern down below. You should go check out both. If you aren't following her on YouTube, she started doing a vlog series because she's got a con coming up. And you should check it out. She's great to watch. A lot of you probably already have it. This is a modular pattern, and therein lies the genius of this pattern, is that it is modular. It is a bear pattern, and you can have it in a hoodie, and then the hoodies can be decorated like a chick or a dino or a chicken or a frog or just anything. And she does does them in Pokemon themes and such, but obviously she doesn't sell those on Etsy, so you wouldn't be able to purchase it, but you might be able to modify them yourselves. So here's mine. Whenever I see a pattern that is this cute, I am skeptical that real people can recreate that. Like, sometimes a designer can make a pattern. You all know, we've all bought patterns where what you make doesn't turn out like what the designer did. And that's frustrating. So I'm like, let me try this one because this is so cute, but can I really replicate it? And I think I did a pretty good job. This is so cute. I purposely waited a hot minute for this pattern because she's been teasing that she's going to come out with these floppy legs, and I knew I wanted them. I knew I wanted to make it with floppy legs. She also has like a standing version that has solid legs. And I do like that too, but this sitting version is where it's at for me. And I will probably be making a lot of this sitting version with the floppy legs. And she just released that pattern on her Patreon, which is also low-key why I joined your Patreon, Nook. If you ever find this video, I'm sorry, that is actually the reason I joined your Patreon, is because I wanted these floppy legs before everybody else. So I don't know if they're actually released yet, the mod for this floppy leg. It might be. But if not, join her Patreon because it's definitely there. I think it is. I really think she did release it. This hoodie fits like a glove. It is so cute. These ears, okay, let's just take the hoodie off. Like, how sweet. It's cute with or without the hoodie up. The hoodie fits like a glove. And also, these ears are surface crocheted on. I just want us to all appreciate how perfect they are. And they are solid, wonderful ears. They're the perfect shape. They come out at the perfect spot to fit. I mean, it's just perfection. These are the best crocheted ears, surface crocheted ears I have maybe ever done. And there is face shaping. If you get this pattern, commit yourself to doing the face shaping. It's not hard. She has a video. It's not, I mean, it's not, if you've never done it before, maybe it's hard. I'm going to give you that. It might be frustrating the first couple times, but commit yourself to making mistakes. It's okay to do it and have it not turn out perfect, because the more you do it, the more you'll get a hang of it, and the sooner you will get to that point where it's looking better and better. And face shaping is worth your time investment, especially on pieces like this. These animals that have a more flat, that don't have a defined snout, really, really need the face shaping. All of our amigurumis can probably benefit from them. If not all, more than half can benefit from face shaping, but this type of plush specifically is going to look 10 times better if you take the time to shape the face. So do that. Also, all the trim on this hoodie make all the difference too. It comes together so cute. And it really does just sit. It'll just sit with these floppy legs. And I love it so much. Okay, so here's the downside to this pattern. Okay, there are videos and they are helpful, but Nook isn't speaking in these videos. She's just not. There's no volume, there's no sound on the ones that I clicked through to anyway, or I couldn't figure out how to turn the sound on. There was no sound. So you can watch what she's doing, and that does help. I do wish I could hear her explaining it too. So hopefully she starts doing that in the future when she's making these videos. I hope. Also, these are not synchronized. I did not use synchronize on this because I knew I was going to do face shaping, and I really wanted to do the face shaping. So these are flat backed, just regular eyes, even though they've got some color to them. It's so cute. Generally speaking, everything about this pattern is so meticulously done. I mean, you could just feel like she's a meticulous person. She's a detail-oriented, meticulous person. Absolutely know that when you're doing this pattern. There, like I said, the videos not as helpful as they could be. And the other thing is, at $10.35, I feel like this is an expensive pattern, and that is okay for me if you're getting lots of modifications. The modifications also tend to be expensive. This one's $10.35 because it comes with the bear and the hoodie modification. So with the other ones too, you can get some that's just the bear. You can buy just the bear, and that makes it a little less, a couple dollars less, I think. Or you can get it with one of the modifications. And then to get the other modifications, you're spending on more modifications. So you could end up, if you wanted to make quite a few of these modifications, you could end up spending quite a bit of money on this pattern. So that's something to take into consideration, because really the value in this bear is that it is so easy to modify, and there's so many modifications for it. So don't just buy the bear for $8. Let's just look at our prices. Yeah, so this is $10.35 with the hoodies. Just the bear, $8.87. The mod that I just bought one of the mods, is another $5.38. And if you want to buy a lot of the other mods, like here's the Pride mods for Pride Month, are another $2.69. Garden mods are another $5.91 if you want to get the garden ones, which let you turn it into a strawberry or a bee or a flower. There's fruit ones, another $5.91. There's food ones, another $5.91. So, the princess ones, there's princess mods and Halloween mods. The Halloween mods are $5.38. So I'm just saying you could end up spending a lot of money for this bear pattern. So pace yourself. I started with just the bears and hoodies, and definitely buy a combo pack the first time, because you're going to save money by doing that. And you can buy the combo pack. There's like the princess one. You can get the bear and the princess, the bear and the hoodie, the bear and the fruit, the bear and the burgers, like the food, the bear and the food. You can get a combo. Get a combo because you're going to save money doing the combo pack at first. And then moving forward, wait for them to go on sale and buy the mod packs when they go on sale or when you get coupons. That's what I would do. That's what I did. I've already bought a mod pack because I love it that much. This is I feel like I've already talked too much about this pattern, but this is the first pattern in a long time that the minute I finished it, I wanted to start a new one before I did anything else. And I don't let myself do that because I'm working through patterns so quickly to make these videos. So I did not let myself do it. And I told myself that if I got through all these, that could be the first thing I do. So it's the first thing I'm making for my next roundup is this in another modification. So I'm sorry, come to that roundup. You're going to see it again, but it'll be another modification. It's going to be super fun. Come anyway. It's a enjoyable pattern to make. I had so much fun and it got me so excited. And I just want to make more. I could make a bunch of these. And I don't say that about very many patterns. I'm kind of a one and done. That's the beauty of me doing this channel is that I make them and I don't have to go back to them for several weeks or months till I go back to them. And I do go back. I'll make a lot of these patterns again, but I don't make them several times in a row. And this one, I felt like I could just sit and make different versions of this for days. And it's so fun. So it's pricey. I think it's worth it. She's a smart designer. I like her a lot. It's my first Nooks Hooks pattern, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's my first Nooks Hooks pattern. No regrets. And with that, I think we're done with today's roundup. These were my Market Makes roundups. Honestly, we could do another Market Makes roundup. We could do one every month and I would not run out of fun Market Makes. There's so many great Market Makes out there. I hope you guys like these. I hope you find some that you think will be good for your markets. If you have some that you think I should review in the future, definitely let me know. Things that are upcoming, we do have a Christmas roundup coming. That one's I'm spending a little more time on, so it'll probably be 2 weeks out. Next week, I'm hoping to put out some bonus content. I have some things I want to talk about and share with you guys. So we might have a bonus video next week, and if you watch it, I would be so grateful. I know that you won't all will, because some of you are only here for the roundups, and that's okay. I get it. But I will probably put out some bonus content of some sort next week, and then we will have the Christmas roundup the week after. So I'm so excited, you guys. This has been so much fun. I love being here with you. I hope you are having as much fun as I am. Thank you for being so supportive always. Your comments down below make my day. I have so much fun responding to them. I love connecting with you guys. I love when you message me, when we get a chance to chat back and forth. It just makes my day. So thank you so much for all of that. Check out these amazing designers. They're all so good. I really like if I don't like a pattern, we're not going to talk about it. So if it makes it to this video, it means it's good. And I like it. And I like the designers associated with it. So anyway, check it all out. I had so much fun this week. I will see you soon. And we'll be back. Bye, all.